sweet bumblebees. I'm Gigi Mel, and this is Living It, Loving It, Gigi Ma style. This video is going to be kind of long, kind of rambly, and not at all what I normally do. Okay? I am so angry right now that I need you guys to help me calm down. Okay? So, for those of you who are new to my channel, I need to give you a little bit of backstory, okay? Back in February of this year, my husband, Gigi Pa Tim, was diagnosed with cancer. And we have been going through quite the journey through his cancer treatment. First, he spent several weeks in the hospital with blood clots in his legs and blood clots in his lungs and retaining water, and just, it was horrible, okay? And then he went through 6 rounds of chemo, 3 weeks apart. Each time he had chemo, it knocked him down a bit, but he did really well. On the 6th round, his doctor decided he needed 2 more rounds of a different chemo, just to make sure they got it all. And, well, we weren't going to argue with the doctor, so that's what he did. And that's kind of where this story starts, okay? Let me pick you up so I can get you where you can see me, okay? All right. Well, at the beginning of November, he went in to have his first infusion of methotrexate or something like that. It's a form of chemo. All right. Now, the way that this chemo is administered is that you have to stay in the hospital in order to get it. Okay. The infusion takes 4 hours, and they also infuse soda water with it, because it states right in the side effects of methotrexate, or however you say it, of this chemo, that it causes kidney problems. Okay? So they infuse the chemo and the bubbly water for 4 hours. Then they have to leave it in your system for 24 hours. Then they use the bubbly water and saline to rinse your kidneys out. So the first time that Gigi Pa Tim got this infusion, he was in the hospital for 5 days. Okay? Okay. You with me so far? All right. So 2 weeks later, on the 28th of November, he went in for his second infusion. We went to the hospital early on the 28th. He got the infusion approximately 9 or 10 in the morning. You know, they had to make sure his urine levels were good and blah, 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 blah. So it took a little bit for him to get the infusion. Okay, they have to leave it in your system for 24 hours. And then they're supposed to flush it for 3 to 5 days. They released him the next day. They left it, well, not quite. You see how mad. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so angry right now. I could chew up steel and spit out nails, and I don't have any teeth. Get my point? Okay. They leave it in his system till for 24 hours, which would have made it the 29th, around 9 or 10. Okay? They released him on the 30th, around 9 or 10. They didn't flush his kidneys for more than 24 hours. Actually, they flushed them less than 24 hours. And then they took a sample and, oh, it's all gone. But 11 days later, when he goes to see his doctor, his kidneys are failing. And he is in the hospital right now with a bunch of doctors saying, we don't know why his kidneys are failing. Does that sound right to you? Leave it in the comments for me. Let me know what you think after hearing that. Now, that's the tip of the iceberg. Here's the rest of it. When my husband went to his normal appointment, he went to see his cancer oncologist for the last appointment, because he is now cancer-free. Okay? He is cancer-free. They were setting up the net. He has to see her for 1 year every 3 months, or maybe 2 years every 3 months, to be have blood drawn, but that's it. He is cancer-free. Until they realized that his kidney functions were wrong. So they sent him to the emergency room. Now, on his way down there, just so that you get another reason why I'm angry, I was in the hospital the night before he went to his doctor's appointment. I have an acute UTI and bladder infection. On his way down to his normal, everyday, it should have taken no more than 30 minutes, doctor's appointment, he picked up my meds and the meds that he needed. Did a little shopping, and then went down to his appointment. He was supposed to be back later that day. Instead of that, they sent him to the emergency room, where he sat for 5 hours waiting to go back into the emergency room. The only way I knew where he was is that because his phone wasn't working. His doctor called me and told me they were sending him to the emergency room, and I'm saying, why? Well, his kidney functions are wrong. Really? Why? We don't know. They finally get him back to the back. Now, he has our vehicle. We only have one vehicle. So I can't get down there until today. My grandson-in-law and my grandchildren took me down there. Okay? I get there. He is in a room. This is the next day. Okay? He's been sitting in the emergency room for over 24 hours in a little cubby hole. Okay? I get in there. Now, they're supposed to be flushing his kidneys. I get there. I look up at the bag. The bag is completely empty. There's not a drop of fluid in that bag. I sat there for 45 minutes talking with him, and nobody come to change that bag. They're supposed to be flushing his kidneys. And then he puts a real big bombshell on me. They hadn't fed him. He hadn't eaten in over 24 hours. He'd been in that room by himself, and they hadn't bothered to give him, excuse my language. Okay, so let's just say Gigi Mamel exploded. Okay? I went a little ballistic. It's like, why is that bag empty if he is supposed to be getting his kidneys flushed? Why has this man not eaten in over 24 hours? Why has nobody know nothing? Because not one of the nurses in that ER knew what the hell was going on. So, finally get his finally I went, like I said, I said things. Okay? They finally come in, they change the bag out, they bring him food, and his doctor finally shows up. They're going to put him in the hospital for 3 days and to flush his system. Why do they need to flush his system, Doc? The levels were correct when he left. Why are they not now? Why are his kidneys failing? I don't know. I'm livid. Now, my husband, you guys, I have to tell you, is, look at, my dog is staring out outside the door, and I don't know what he's looking at. So, my husband is the sweetest, most compassionate, most amazing man you will ever meet. The problem is he is also exceedingly trusting. As in, he's going to do whatever the doctors say, and he's not going to question anything. Unlike his woman. And if they thought I was bad, wait till they meet our daughter tomorrow. She's going up there with me tomorrow. I get, that they were busy. I get all of that. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that my husband, the room they put him in did not have a phone system. Okay? They put him in there with no phone. They didn't help him with a phone charger, or anything. And even if he had a phone charger in the car, they would not have let him go get it. Right? So, I barely got to talk to him over the last 24 hours. I'm home now. Probably 10 minutes after I left, because, guys, I do have to tell you, the reason I am home is because there was absolutely no place for me to sleep in that room. I also need to take my medications. And I can't drive in the dark. I am night blind. So I had to go home before it got dark. 10 minutes after I left the room, they moved him up to a room, which at least helps my heart a little bit. At least I know he's going to get his meds, he's going to get food, he's going to get liquids, he's going to be okay. But I'm just going to come right out and ask, what would you do in this situation? How would you feel in this situation? Put it in the comments for me, guys. I need to know if I'm overreacting or if I'm just being angry. I don't know. I just don't know. I know this was kind of long, and I do apologize. And I know there was no Dolly in it, and I do apologize for that. But guys, he is cancer-free. That appointment was supposed to be the last appointment he needed to go for 3 months. And then the next 2 years were just to go get labs every once in a while. And now he's in the hospital for God knows how long. I'm angry. So let me know how you guys would feel and what you would do. And guys, I will appreciate every healing thought, every prayer, every anything. Okay? You guys are my YouTube family, and I love you more over the moon and back. I really do. So, from me to you, be happy, be safe, be sensible, and do your very best to behave. And I am going to try and get some food and some sleep and calm my tushy down. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Big laughs, big fun, sparkle in the air. Gigi Mouse rockin' ain't nothing.